Everyone, welcome to your U.S. History Week 7 launch. So if you're following along with the PACE chart, which I hope you are, you'll notice that we are now in Week 7, which runs from October 3rd to October 9th. So when you see the dark black line right above that box, it's telling you that you should pretty much have already accomplished the Revolutionary America focus area. And if you were interested in doing the early American geography, which is an optional one because it's extra credit, you should have done that. But the more important one is that the Mythbusters project is now considered past due, after tomorrow, the 2nd. So make sure you're trying to get to that project soon. So again, the Mythbusters project is due. Don't hide from it. Make sure that you're trying to create a plan of action to submit it soon. The longer you try to pretend that something doesn't exist, it's just going to keep spiraling out of control. So it's still very early in the school year. Don't let more than one project pile up on you because, as some of you already know who are repeating this class from last year, it can get out of control if you don't try to stop it earlier in the year. So if you need help creating that plan of action, please let me know. Just a reminder for the Mythbusters project, we are moving on to the next project today, so I'm no longer going to be talking as a group about the older project, but make sure that you go back in. I'm going to be putting the slides, I'll be putting the slides to this presentation in the Google Classroom, so these links are active. So if you're somebody who has not started the project at all yet and still needs help with checkpoint 1, you can go back in and click on the week 1 launch. If you're somebody who needs help with the focus area, here's some information here. Or if you forget what argumentative claim is or how to do that correctly, go to the week 5 launch. So again, they'll all be posted for you in this slideshow that's posted in Google Classroom. Our new project is the Constitutional Convention project. The essential questions for the project are: what issues did the Founding Fathers debate during the convention? Which issues were the most controversial and why? And what can the debates during the Constitutional Convention tell you about the Founding Fathers and the formation of the Constitution? So how this is going to work, the first thing you're going to do whenever you're working through the U.S. Constitution focus area, you're going to be learning the necessary background information about the Articles of Confederation, the U.S. Constitution, and the United States Bill of Rights. Then after you're ready to start the project, you're going to be assigned the role of a delegate who was present at the Constitutional Convention. You're going to research your delegate and determine their stance on 6 major issues. And then once you're finished compiling all that information, you're going to deliver your key talking points at the Constitutional Convention, which we're going to do on Flipgrid. So for checkpoint 1, this is what it looks like over here. You're basically just going to be writing one paragraph that describes the role that you're going to play. So again, last year we had some confusion and people were starting to give me their name and their state and their beliefs about slavery. And that's not what we're doing. This is supposed to be a role play where you are assigned a delegate who actually was present at the Constitutional Convention, and you're researching that person and finding out what's their name and their job, their beliefs about slavery. So what I want you to make sure you do is when you're ready to start this, please don't just pick a random person, message me, because I'm going to allow you to choose your delegate in the order that you start this project. But this way we don't have 25 people all pick Benjamin Franklin, and we have a more interesting Constitutional Convention. So again, make sure you message me and I will allow you to pick from who's left. But so that means the earlier you start, you have more say in who you pick. So again, this will be on a first come, first served basis. So what will happen in checkpoint 1, there's a thing called, I think it's role descriptions, and there's about 20 or so of the image on the left, David Brearley. And this is where you'll get your main information or your background information, but then the part that says click here to learn more, that's going to link you out to another website. You're not held just to those websites. You can do some research on your own through Google, and it is recommended to kind of explore what information is out there on your delegate. I also recommend using the role graphic organizer, and this is going to help you answer all of those questions. If you do this correctly, you're basically just going to be able to compile all the information for the project. So definitely make good use of the graphic organizers. One last thing, I want to call out some information about the progress page. I don't think enough of you are actually looking. I think you guys look at the week and the year view, but then you kind of don't look at anything else. Make sure you're paying attention to the progress view, because a lot of your instructors are writing you notes on there and sharing some information with you that way. It's also what your instructors are using as part of your attendance. So, so for example, this person, they're working very actively every single day, so this isn't worrisome. But we do have a lot where it'll come up and say they attempted a content assessment on Wednesday the 18th, and then they didn't try another one again until Wednesday the 25th. So what happens there is we have to mark you absent for those 4 days that you are not working. So make sure you're filling your progress page with actual progress and you're actually trying to submit things. So to do for Tuesday, October 9th, you should have already mastered the Revolutionary America content assessment. So if you have not, make sure you get on that pretty soon. You could master the Early American Geography content assessment. Again, this one is optional because it's extra credit. You should be starting to prepare for the U.S. Constitution content assessment. So going in, taking the diagnostic, looking through the playlist of resources and starting to take your notes. And then you also want to make sure you're submitting your final product for the Mythbusters project because that is past due after October 2nd. So if you guys need help creating your plan and aren't sure how to start and get back on track, please reach out and let me know.